Hello students, welcome to another examiner walkthrough video from Diplomaly. Today we will be going over a case study called SportsZone Fitness Clubs, SFC. This is a case study from Unit 4, and this is this part 2 video of the case, which looks at question B. You might want to refer to the other walkthrough videos for the other parts of the questions. And in this particular video, we will look at the syllabus content, which looks at the why and how organizations carry out market research. Okay, this is from topic 4.4, okay, which looks at the various types of market research, including the primary market research and the secondary market research. Okay, it is assessed at the AO2 level. So what that means is that you can expect questions ranging from define, so defining what market research is, defining what primary market research, secondary market research could be, and also questions such as, explaining and describing, the importance or the reasons why businesses carry out market research. So you should have access already to this case study, and this is just the second part to the first part video of the case on SFC. In these two short sentences, it is telling you a little bit about, SFC is planning to invest into market research. And what they're looking at is they're looking at market research method in terms of the use of quantitative methods and qualitative methods, right? So when we talk about quantitative methods in market research, we're referring to questions that are usually related to closed-ended type of question, right? Where you don't really have a chance to give your own opinions. So, very simple questions like, yes and no type of questions are usually examples of, quantitative methods, or asking for quantitative results as part of the data collection or the research method would be classified under quantitative methods. If we're talking about qualitative methods, these are generally the more open-ended questions, which allows the business to get opinions, okay, feedback, and also, the attitudes toward certain things, okay, for an individual or groups of individuals, okay. And then it says they do include surveys, focus groups, and data analysis. So usually surveys and focus groups, these are examples of primary market research. And data analysis is usually from, it could be from market analysis reports, right? And market analysis reports are usually an example of secondary research. Okay. So let's take a look at the question that you need to answer. So the question here is, explain one role of market research to SFC. This is a 2-marker, okay, with the command term explain. So what that means is if it's a 2-marker with the command term explain, we're looking at this question as an AO1 question, okay, because explain questions that have 4 marks are AO2, okay, so they're different. Now, generally speaking, we say that with AO1 questions, we don't need application, but it depends, okay? What does it depend on? It depends on the phrasing of the question, right? Now, if we take a look at and unpack the question very carefully, right? It says that you're being asked to explain one role of market research. So the role that you need to address is market research. So you're looking at, for example, what purpose, okay, does market research serve for the company, right? So you're looking at the purpose, okay, of market research. And then it says to SFC. So this is a big nudge, nudge, wink, wink, or a hint from the IB examiners that you are expected to demonstrate application skill. Even though this is a question that is only worth 2 marks and it has an explain command term, you are expected to demonstrate application because it's asking you to talk about the role of market research to this company. So in this case, yes, you do need to demonstrate application skill, okay? Because you got to read the question, and the question states, okay, the business name as part of it. So in a situation like this, and then of course you do need to be able to address this because you will not be able to get the second mark. So the second mark right here, you won't be able to get it if you don't address the application or link it to the case study. Okay, so let's take a look at, the exemplar response. The exemplar response here, okay, you always start off by rephrasing what the question is asking you. So the question is asking you for the role, then you start your response by saying one role of market research for the company, okay, is to better understand customer preferences. So what you see here is this is the role, okay, or this is the purpose of why SFC has engaged in or decides to or plans to engage in market research. What they want to do is they want to find out more about their customer preferences through market research. Now, the second sentence should then explain and elaborate what you mean by this purpose, right? So by engaging in qualitative and quantitative market research, this part is from the case study. So what you're saying here is that this is demonstrating the use of case study, okay, and therefore application skill. Now, be very careful when we talk about using case study information. It's a little bit of a fine line. You don't want to overuse and overquote things from the case study because if you quote for more than 5 words from the case study, examiners are now going to question and ask, why are you copying the case study? Because it doesn't really add value to what you're trying to say. Examiners are not looking for you to repeat or regurgitate what is stated in the case already, because the case study, they can read it and they have access to it. What they want to see is your ability to pull out some of the key information, right? And it doesn't have to be, a lot of information or a lot of sentences from the case, but picking out some of the key things to help you explain what the point or the advantage or the role or the reason that you're being asked in the question. Okay, so in this case, we're talking about the role, right? Which is the purpose of conducting market research. Then what you want to do is you want to find information from the case that relates to market research. Well, the case study said they're going to use qualitative and quantitative market research. So then you can use that information to expand and develop what your point here is, which is to understand more about the customer preferences, right? So by using qualitative and quantitative market research, the company can now get more information, the expectations around online classes. Again, this is demonstrating application skill because the case study mentioned that the reason why they're thinking about conducting market research is to help them with their launch of their online classes, right? And then you see in the third sentence, this is where you then link it to a bit of the impact to the business. So this better informs. So just using this word right here, you are now trying to link to an impact as a result of the role. Okay, the role here is to understand more about the customer preferences, right? So by doing this, by conducting market research, now the business can now have, they can make better informed decision about whether to expand to online classes or not. So again, this is demonstrating application skill. Okay? And it can help them tailor these online classes to best meet the needs of the customer. So even better, you're now using, okay, the qualitative data from market research, right, to help you with, cultivating or creating a online class that basically helps meets the needs of the customers. And then, with customers that are happier and if their needs are met, you can, if you really want to, you can extend this even further, but there's really no need for this because it's only a 2-marker. You might want to do this for a 4-marker response. So when needs of the customers are met, right, you can say that it increases their brand loyalty. And with increased brand loyalty, right, this could lead to increased customer base because people will use, word of mouth, right, WOM, right? Word of mouth to recommend the business to other people. And as customer base increases, this might increase their sales volume. And ultimately, if sales volume increases, this could then increase their sales revenue. So you see how I actually, in this sort of extension right here, I've linked marketing. Okay, so these two parts are about marketing, so brand loyalty and customer base, to now a financial implication, sales volume and sales revenue. Okay, so this is more finance. Okay. Now, for a question like this, because it's only 2 marks, you don't really need to do this extension, but I'm just saying this for illustrative purposes that this is something that you can think about and extend your response a little bit more when it comes to the 4-mark question, because the 4-mark question, you do need to be able to make reference to the impact on the business. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching this, and please feel free to browse around the Diplomaly site for more resources, and I'll see you next time.